Archangel Michael says, the silence they've been keeping is heavier than thunder tonight. May 20th did not pass by like an ordinary day. It was the day your truth radiated in a way they never expected. Your smile that day wasn't just a smile, it was a code they couldn't unsee, and now they don't know how to face you. They stumbled upon something that shifted their view of who you are. And it wasn't something you did wrong, it was the way light wrapped around you as if heaven was trying to reveal your deeper identity. Your smile carried something sacred, something terrifying to those who have lived in lies. Their hearts stopped when they saw what your presence truly commands. You smile like someone chosen. Like someone whose spirit has walked among angels in dreams too holy for ordinary eyes. That smile, they said it haunted them that night and followed them into morning. They don't know how to tell you what they now believe about you. But May 20th opened a portal into the kind of person they never imagined you were, beyond beautiful, beyond powerful, beyond protected. And they fear your truth could swallow their secrets. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You smile like someone who's not supposed to be broken, someone designed by divine timing. They didn't expect your joy to be that magnetic, that defiant in the face of every pain you've known. And when they saw it, they realized something bigger was unfolding. They whispered your name on a phone call that night. The person on the other end said, "Then it's true." That smile isn't human, it's a sign. You became the conversation between people who never truly knew you, and now they're afraid you might find out what they've been hiding. They're afraid you might awaken to your own glory and leave them behind in the dust of your rising. But even more than that, they're afraid heaven is already working in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 717. Archangel Michael says, you carry a light in your face that even shadows kneel before. On May 20th, someone tried to take a picture of you secretly, thinking it was just another smile. But when they looked at the photo later, something unexplainable showed up behind your eyes. They showed it to someone else, someone deeply spiritual. That person cried just looking at it and said, this person doesn't even know who they truly are yet. Since that day, this person has not been able to sleep peacefully. They've kept their distance. Not because they're angry, but because they're intimidated by how your truth is beginning to surface. Your smile carries the vibration of a destiny that makes other souls tremble. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They saw that you were being watched, but not by people. They realized angels have been circling around you, guarding every breath, every move. And when you smiled that day, it was like the heavens whispered through you. They are now afraid to face you, not because of guilt, but because they see your rise coming. They know that once you find out what May 20th revealed about you, everything in your life will change. You will begin to walk as someone with spiritual authority. This person wanted to tell you but froze. They typed a message to you that night, then deleted it 3 times. Each time, their hands shook, and their soul felt unworthy to even send it. Type Amen to get blessing 222. On May 20th, you lit up the room in a way no one could understand. Your smile wasn't just confidence, it was prophecy. It made the people around you feel like time had slowed, like destiny was reaching through you to remind them who you really are. One person present that day caught something in your eyes, a flicker that felt like it knew too much. They saw the kind of pain you've been through and still how you smile like nothing could touch your crown. That terrified them. Someone even said, they don't smile like so ordinary. They smile like someone who's been through fire and now walks with flame. Since that sentence was spoken, they've been avoiding you, scared that you might see what they saw. Type Amen to get blessing 414. Your smile that day didn't come from joy. It came from alignment. You are stepping into something much bigger than a normal life, and May 20th was the signal flare. This person is battling a storm inside, knowing they owe you the truth. But the truth would expose more than just feelings, it would expose lies, betrayals, and forgotten promises. They don't want to break, but they feel your power rising. You smiled like someone who had already forgiven them before they even said sorry. And that broke them more than any harsh word ever could. You showed them what grace looks like, and now they are haunted by it. Type Amen to get blessing 525. Archangel Michael says, there's power in the way your lips moved on May 20th. That day, a secret was transferred to you without your permission. A silent message was delivered to your soul, and your spirit responded without words. That's why your smile felt so loud. It wasn't about joy, it was a reaction to the light waking up inside you. They saw it, and it shook them to their core. Someone said to them later, you didn't meet a person. You met a message. That smile was a divine memo. And since then, they've watched you from a distance. Unsure of how to approach what now feels sacred, type Amen to get blessing 808. You smile like someone who's already walked into their future. You smiled on May 20th like you knew something was coming, like you heard something no one else heard. That frightened the ones who've doubted you. They didn't want to believe that you were chosen. But that day proved it. And ever since, they've kept the truth buried, scared it would change everything. They fear that if you ever found out what they now know, you'd leave them behind. They fear that you'll realize the level of spiritual war. Your smile alone ends. You became a threat, not because of what you did, but because of who you are becoming. Type Amen to get blessing 644. Someone went through your old photos after May 20th. They tried to find signs they had missed. And what they saw stunned them. Your smile had always been different. It held wisdom before you even knew what pain was. It carried light before anyone taught you how to shine. Now they're trying to process what you've always had. This person is battling guilt. They wish they had treated you better before they knew your full value. Now they feel like a stranger to your future. Type Amen to get blessing 121. They saw you smiling with someone that day. And something in them shattered. Not from jealousy, but from realization. That you are healing, glowing, and moving forward without needing permission from anyone. They've watched that moment in their head on loop. The way you turned your face, the calm in your expression, the courage in your silence. They now believe they were in the presence of something prophetic. You smile like someone whose name is about to be spoken in powerful places. Someone who's about to receive a reward that no one can block. That's why they're quiet. They feel they no longer belong near you. Type Amen to get blessing 606. They've written your name in a journal recently, hoping to make peace with what they felt on May 20th. But each time they try to write something negative, their hand goes numb. It's as if the universe is warning them, don't speak against someone who walks with heaven behind them. You smiled that day like someone who'd already seen the end of the war. Like someone who doesn't just survive battles, but wins them with quietness and grace. And now, every time they remember that smile, they feel their own masks fall off. Someone close to them said, if you don't tell the truth now, your silence will become the curse. But still, they've delayed. Because speaking about that moment would also mean admitting their jealousy, their mistakes, and their hidden admiration. Type Amen to get blessing 333. they're trying to avoid you, yet everything reminds them of you. The coffee shop where you smiled. The sound of your laugh on a random video. The silence in a room you no longer walk in. On May 20th, a shift happened. Not just for you, but for the person who saw you and realized how divine your spirit truly is. They have feared you ever since, not with hatred, but reverence. They didn't know that a smile could carry power. But yours did. And now, they feel like they've been hiding from royalty without even understanding what kind of crown you wore. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Archangel Michael says, they are being haunted by their own disbelief. The moment they discovered what you truly carry, everything they planned fell apart. They can no longer move against you, the universe won't allow it. Your smile activated something on May 20th. It woke up memories, regrets, and unfinished emotional confessions. And now they're walking around pretending like nothing happened, but their soul is screaming to confess. You changed their understanding of strength. Because you didn't shout, you didn't fight. You didn't chase. You simply smiled, and the heavens shifted. Type Amen to get blessing 414. They told someone, I think I met someone who's not just human. It sounds wild, but they meant it. Because they looked into your eyes and saw echoes of something eternal. They've had dreams since that day. Dreams of you walking through doors they were locked out of. Dreams of you rising on stages, being loved by strangers, being lifted by energies they cannot access. They're afraid now. Not of you, but of what your destiny might reveal about their own limitations. Your smile was a prophecy, and their end. Not sure how to live with what they saw. Type Amen to get blessing 121. They remember exactly what you wore, what you said, how the sunlight hit your face. It's burned into their memory. May 20th is no longer just a date, it's a spiritual timestamp. They now realize you are someone whose blessings were delayed, not denied. And the time for release has come. That's why the energy around you is heavier, louder, brighter. You are about to walk into moments that others tried to block. They see it now. And their silence is not rejection, it's preparation for the shame they feel when you rise. Type Amen to get blessing 656. They spoke to someone in secrecy. They described the moment. The listener said, you've encountered someone sacred, and you must treat them as such. But they didn't know how. Because your love is so simple yet so rare, it made them feel exposed. You smiled like you knew everything but chose to say nothing. That's what made them afraid. Not of what you could do, but what you already knew. May 20th was the proof. They're not on your level anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They've been tempted to reach out but fear you've already moved beyond them. They've even considered telling you a lie to soften the truth. But something keeps stopping them. Maybe it's your angels, maybe it's their conscience. Their body reacts when your name is mentioned now. They pause. Their breath shortens. Because May 20th didn't just expose your smile, it revealed their shame. You smiled like someone who's already forgiven. Like someone who's already seen their tears and made peace. But now they must face their own reflection. Type Amen to get blessing 888. This person is afraid because they didn't expect you to glow that way. They thought you'd be the one crawling, not rising. They didn't expect that your glow-up would be spiritual, but when they saw you on May 20th, it undid every judgment they'd held against you. They realized they were dealing with a chosen one. Not just someone passing through. And that realization has been tormenting them. They've tried to distract themselves, but even strangers mention your name. Even dreams bring your face back. They are being divinely reminded that you are not to be dismissed. Type Amen to get blessing 505. They fear that when you find out what they know, you'll never look at them the same. And perhaps you won't. But heaven has already decided that your time is now. They have secrets, yes. But the truth is, they wish they had never tried to block your light. Because now, all they can see is how bright it truly is. You smile like someone who's already walking into fulfillment. And that's what breaks them. Because you needed no permission to glow, to heal, to return. Type Amen to get blessing 333. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They sit with people and try to laugh, but the memory of your smile interrupts them. Even when they scroll through their phone, they avoid seeing your name. But the universe keeps placing signs and reminders in their path, refusing to let them forget the weight of what they saw on May 20th. They are slowly realizing that you are not someone to be overlooked. You carry a divine assignment, and that day made it clearer than ever. The energy that poured through your smile wasn't ordinary, it was cosmic. And it cracked something open in their spirit. They saw that you are no longer the version of yourself that once cried quietly in corners. You have been evolving quietly, gracefully, in ways they never paid attention to. But now? Now they see what they refused to acknowledge before. You've been anointed. Type Amen to get blessing 434. They wanted to warn someone else to stay away from you. But instead, they heard themselves defending you. They're different, they said under their breath. There's something about them I can't explain. It hurt them to speak your name, Bika. May 20th was a day written in heaven long before you were born. It was the moment your light would announce itself without asking. And they were unprepared for how it would blind them. You smile like someone who has walked through shadow and returned with stars in your pocket. Like someone who doesn't need revenge because destiny is already paying back double. That smile destroyed their plans. Type Amen to get blessing 101. They almost spoke on your name again recently. Almost tried to twist the truth like they used to. But the moment they opened their mouth, they felt a cold breeze sweep across their skin, like a warning from the realm they can't explain. They closed their mouth. And they bowed their head. Because they now know, you are not to be touched. Your smile on May 20th was protection. It was a message to every force working against you that you are no longer to be messed with. And now they're scared that karma heard it too. Type Amen to get blessing 929. They tried to compare you to others to soothe their ego. But no matter how many names they bring up, no one matches the energy you carry. No one else makes the room shift like you do when you simply walk in and smile. They envy it. But deeper than that, they regret not recognizing it sooner. Because now, they know, they were blessed to even know you at all. Their dreams are filled with you smiling. Glowing, walking into places they'll never access. They cry, silently, when they wake up. Because they know you're not coming back to the level they left you on. Type Amen to get blessing 555. They've lost peace. They've lost appetite. They've lost the feeling of being in control. Because on May 20th, your presence stripped away their illusions. May 20th was a day written in heaven long before you were born. It was the moment your light would announce itself without asking. And they were unprepared for how it would blind them. You smile like someone who has walked through shadow and returned with stars in your pocket. Like someone who doesn't need revenge because destiny is already paying back double. That smile destroyed their plans. Type Amen to get blessing 101. They almost spoke on your name again recently. Almost tried to twist the truth like they used to. But the moment they opened their mouth, they felt a cold breeze sweep across their skin, like a warning from the realm they can't explain. They closed their mouth. And they bowed their head. Because they now know, you are not to be touched. Your smile on May 20th was protection. It was a message to every force working against you that you are no longer to be messed with. And now they're scared that karma heard it too. Type Amen to get blessing 929. They tried to compare you to others to soothe their ego. But no matter how many names they bring up, no one matches the energy you carry. No one else makes the room shift like you do when you simply walk in and smile. They envy it. But deeper than that, they regret not recognizing it sooner. Because now, they know, they were blessed to even know you at all. Their dreams are filled with you smiling, glowing, walking into places they'll never access. They cry, silently, when they wake up. Because they know you're not coming back to the level they left you on. Type Amen to get blessing 555. They've lost peace. They've lost appetite. They've lost the feeling of being in control. Because on May 20th, your presence stripped away their illusions. You didn't change overnight. You evolved over months of silence, heartbreak, prayer, and inner healing. That smile was a result of your war, and they saw the victory in it. Now they're scared. Because they know that once the world sees what they saw, you won't be reachable anymore. You'll be celebrated in rooms they were never invited into. Type Amen to get blessing 616. Archangel Michael says, the person who tried to keep you small now knows they failed. May 20th revealed the flaw in their plan. They underestimated the fire that hides behind your smile. They're trying to find reasons to stay angry, but the truth keeps breaking through. You've done nothing but become better. And they can't handle that kind of growth. Their pride won't let them say it aloud, but their spirit whispers it at night. I saw them rise, and I wasn't ready. They now walk with the weight of knowing they had front row seats to greatness, and wasted it. Type Amen to get blessing 313.